This narrative is a Foxwood Academy production.
This is the underground city that was found beneath Los Angeles by a man named Warren Shufelt. It was discovered using a device he invented to detect underground tunnels and caverns. Shufelt mapped out a network of passageways stretching for miles beneath the city. And here is where it gets crazy. His maps indicated a central chamber filled with gold and advanced artifacts. Shufelt said that upon analysis of the artifacts and the scriptures found within the passageways, they all pointed to a lost continent named Lemuria. Despite his groundbreaking findings, city officials abruptly shut down his excavation. They officially claimed that the tunnels were old subway lines. But this is where they messed up. The Los Angeles subway system didn't begin operation until 1990, over 70 years after Schufelt's discovery. So what subway lines were they referring to? Some speculate that they were referring to an ancient civilization that had access to a subway-like system. Some have even gone further to say that the city officials had knowledge from the future. They knew that Los Angeles would eventually have a running subway system in the years to come, therefore it would be the perfect cover-up, perfectly concealing its true origin.
A little blurb update today on Epstein. It was showing a photo of him at Disney. He's sitting down at the table, Piglet's behind him. It's him and another guy sitting down, and this guy is holding this girl, like by her arms like this. That same girl is in another photo with Epstein. They're on the plane. She's like she's sleeping, she's laying down, and he's holding her like this. Then, come to find out, Disney sent kids to his island for snorkeling trips for like 9 years.
Snorkeling.
And their cruise ships made stops at his island all the time.
Dude.
What have we done? We've created our own consumer idea of childhood. The grown-ups have created their idea of childhood. They've created all these toys, like these plastic toys, which make funny noise, all these funny noises and things. And the child comes and it looks at it and it becomes absolutely mesmerized by it. And then it gets bored, wants another one. And you have to replace it because it's complete. There's nothing to do with it. It doesn't come out of the imagination of the child. It is what I call the dialysis of the imagination. It is an external imagination that is controlling them. And then they get bored if you don't have something. And now they have this mobile phones. They have these screens which are forever engaging them, destroying their own imaginations. So they become caught into this world of continuous stimulation from outside. When they come then to and they don't create, their parents are, this helicopter parents thing, they're always supervising them, over them. They can't go out. They can't create their own world.
My name is Tara Rodas, and thanks to the bravery of Aaron Stevenson, and thanks to Project Veritas and James O'Keefe for publishing the story, I was sitting on the Pomona Fairplex emergency intake site processing unaccompanied children. So you may know that children were coming to this country from other countries. We were taking them into the care, HHS, and then delivering them to sponsors, unvetted sponsors throughout the United States. So because one whistleblower came forward and because one organization was willing to tell the truth, I was able to then uncover and report that the U.S. government is the middleman in a large-scale, multi-billion-dollar child trafficking operation. We literally have government-sponsored, taxpayer-funded child trafficking. So one whistleblower coming forward, telling the truth, sets in motion a cascade of things that you could never imagine. So I was very grateful for the opportunity for someone to tell the truth. And who knows, maybe one of you could be the next person to come forward. So, along with my buddy Aaron, I'm going to continue to speak the truth until children are rescued, criminals are prosecuted, and the United States government no longer is putting billions of dollars to traffic children.
We're talking about a pattern of theme park employees arrested in sex stings after work hours.
All of them arrested. All of them employees at Florida's Walt Disney World, known as the happiest place on earth.
I work around kids all the time at Disney.
Still, it's hard to imagine Disney allowing child abduction in their parks, if for no other reason than the negative publicity. Like no other company, Disney has staked its reputation on being wholesome, family-friendly entertainment. And maybe it's precisely because of the company's obsession with maintaining a pristine image that it arouses suspicion. Is there a darker underbelly to all the magic? In a land where nothing's really real, how much of the truth remains to be found? For many Americans, taking the family to Disney parks has become a rite of passage. And as such, it's no wonder they've garnered their share of dark rumors and conspiracies over the years, involving everything from secret societies to child disappearances. But how much truth is there to these stories? Why was the CIA involved in helping obtain the land for Disney World? And what really goes on at the mysterious Club 33? Behind the immaculate landscapes, Stepford-esque employees, and an obsession with perfection hides a forbidden world where dark secrets and hidden fantasies collide.
You could almost say like the U.S. Constitution doesn't exist at Disney World.
In a place where dreams come true, you're bound to find a few nightmares. So strap yourselves in as we take a ride through the dark side of the happiest place on Earth and find out what Disney doesn't want you to know. Comprising nearly 30,000 acres, Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida is the largest theme park on the planet. But most people don't know that Disney obtained all that land with the help of none other than the CIA. In the early 60s, the people of Central Florida started becoming suspicious. Someone had been buying up large swaths of swampland in cash under various dummy or shell corporations. Locals had caught on, and speculation ran rampant about who the real company might be. Eventually, word got out that it was, in fact, Walt Disney who was purchasing the land, but not until most of it had already been bought up.
It was 1964, and something strange was going on in the central part of Florida. Large parcels of useless swampland near the tiny town of Orlando were being bought up, but nobody knew why. Or by whom.
There was a lot of speculation in the Central Florida area as to who was purchasing that much land. Why would they be doing it?
Walt chose Orlando because it offered year-round good weather, easy access to major roads, and thousands of acres of land at only $180 an acre.
This financial coup was aided by the Central Intelligence Agency. America's premier spy agency not only helped Disney obtain the incredible amount of land required to build Disney World, they established 2 fake cities that would allow Disney to have total control of the local government.
You know, the Disney came to certain members of the CIA asking for help in essentially their land grab that took place in Florida. I mean, they literally bought this land for, I believe it was like under $200 an acre, like it's an acre or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like some ungodly low price.
How to establish phantom cities. He was teaching them how to use fake governments to control land use and to make sure that any public monies that came in from these towns went to Disney.
And to basically do whatever Disney wanted. You know, all the taxes collected there would funnel their way back into Disney. They could kind of get away with anything they want. I mean, the way it's designed, you could almost say like the U.S. Constitution doesn't exist at Disney World.
Not in Lake Buena Vista.
This special legal status is not only unconstitutional, but allows the company to operate with almost total indemnity. In 2005, the chief of Florida's Bureau of Fair Rides Inspection admitted Disney's impunity when he said, quote, "We do not have the authority to shut down the park or close the rides." Never before or since has so much power been given away by the state of Florida. Why would the CIA help Disney secure the vast land it needed to build Disney World and ensure it had almost complete sovereignty from the state of Florida? Theorists can only speculate as to what benefits the intelligence community received from the deal. When your movements and whereabouts are constantly tracked, surveillance cameras equipped with facial recognition are on every corner, and the very thing tracking you also carries all of your money and information You're either in a dystopian surveillance state ran by a fascist corporatocracy, or the happiest place on earth. Disney now issues wristbands called Magic Bands that use RFID to track visitors wherever they venture in the park. Radio frequencies communicate with hidden beacons throughout the park, so Disney knows where you're going and where you've been. Disney parks are all about magic, a theme that is reinforced wherever you go. But according to some researchers, not all the magic is fairy tales and pixie dust. Disney has been accused of practicing black magic as well. According to author and researcher Fritz Springmeier, Disneyland in Anaheim, California is used for rituals and other satanic activities after dark. Disneyland was built on the mysterious 33rd parallel. Locations that fall along the 33rd parallel hold special significance to Illuminati occultists, who believe it to be a powerful ley line. Author Walter Bosley contends that the location was chosen in part due to its proximity to this mysterious parallel. According to Bosley, the famous Disneyland carousel was actually built on the exact spot where two important occult ley lines intersect.
As far as the physical aspect of what I think Disneyland was designed to be, you're looking at the fact that there's these multiple lines, in this case 3, intersecting. What's interesting is that the fact that it's 3 simply means that on that point where they intersect, you have the potential of 3 times the energy to draw from that intersection. And the fact that of all places in the park, on that above that intersection of energy, they placed the carousel.
Disney Studios has never shied away from occult topics. Its movies routinely feature witches, magic, and various other occult themes. A popular song in Disney parks is When You Wish Upon a Star. Real occultists cast spells using the pentagram. Walt Disney has long been rumored to be a member of the Freemasons, which connects in with the Illuminati Satanist. Theorists have also suggested that the iconic Disney signature logo contains 3 hidden 6s. Supposedly, the facility is one of the only restaurants that connects directly to the underground corridors that traverse the park. It has long been rumored that numerous children go missing from Disney World and land each year. One source even claimed America's Most Wanted had an entire file of kidnapped children's cases pertaining just to Disneyland. A quick internet search will reveal no such cases exist. However, given Disney Corporation's notorious secrecy and power to scrub stories from the net, this doesn't mean it isn't happening. Adding to these allegations is the number of child predators routinely arrested working at Disneyland. 3 in 2014, then another just this past October.
Luck strikes twice. Stuff gets stolen, but I keep holding, hoping they'll come back.